Welcome back to Kingdom Cast. This is your host, Good Luck Chuck. We back at it with another episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share all your social media platforms. When you click that notification bell, click select all to receive all the notifications. All right, so it is Victory Monday here. Yes, I'm rocking it again. Victory Monday. Shout out to Homage for that. So yeah, we'll cover the Chiefs beating the Jaguars 27-20 to advance to their fifth straight AFC Championship game. One, two, three, four, fifth. Anyone say fifth? Anyway, but yeah, five straight AFC Championship game appearances. It's crazy because ever since Patrick Mahomes been the quarterback, that's what it's been. It's either that or appear in the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl. It's crazy. Like it's something we have never seen in the National Football League. So before we get into the breakdown, I'd like to introduce the panel here. My guy Country's in the middle of the screen. My homegirl, Mrs. 10K Kylie's on the top right. My guy Boogie's on the bottom left. And we bringing back my guy here, Maurice, aka Reese Nichols. He's contributor for Arrowhead Pride, co-host of the Kingdom Keys pod. So how you doing, man?
Man, I'm good, man. It's a Victory Monday. I can't be doing nothing else but good, man.
Oh yeah, man. So always, man, especially during the playoffs, man. It's always good to have a Victory Monday during the
Man,
playoffs. So
absolutely. Because if you don't, that's it.
right.
That's it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
So yeah,
man.
let's go and get to it, man.
Hey,
Let's go and break this thing on down.
hey, I gotta say, man. Hold on, Chuck. I gotta say something before we get started. A
Mm-hmm.
few weeks ago, I told two of my esteemed co-hosts, two beautiful people,
Mm-hmm.
I told them Mahomes has done nothing but get me to the AFC Championship game. Prove me wrong. How y'all doing? How y'all doing, baby? Talk to me. Country, we sorry.
What?
That's right,
He got,
Julia.
yeah, he got us there, man.
Yeah,
He
Dang,
you
got
you
us
couldn't
there.
wait. You
Hey,
couldn't
I'm
wait, Sporty
I'm riding
Voice.
with him. What? Oh,
Yeah, y'all couldn't
Don't,
wait to get in here.
don't.
Y'all couldn't
Yeah.
wait to get in here. Y'all couldn't wait to get in here, Cincinnati. We'll get to y'all at the end of the show. But first off, we gotta talk about our victory on Saturday. So yeah, 27-20. As everyone knows, we had a little scare here in the Kingdom late in the first quarter. Patrick Mahomes got his ankle landed on. Arden Key was trying to, deflect the ball out of his hand, whatever, as he was releasing it, and it's just an unfortunate injury that happened. But thankfully, he was able to gut it out. He had to come out for a bit. He had to come out till halftime, as a matter of fact. Saw him on the sideline getting taped up and whatnot. He tried to come back in the game, and he was like, "Nah, you got to get that X-ray before you come back in." And you saw Patrick all pissed off. Took his coat off, angry and whatnot. But we got to shout out to that guy, Chad Henne. Chad Henne, he's been a long time veteran. I think he's been in the league like 15 years, I want to say. And he's a Michigan guy. And believe it or not, man, there's a bunch of correlations with that because Chad Henne was drafted by the Jaguars to begin his NFL career. And on top of that, Ronnie Bell, the local kid out of Kansas City, he plays for the University of Michigan currently. He's from the town, so he pulled up for the game, and they did like a little ceremony for him. So everything lined up for Chad Henne when we got in the game, and he led a huge 98-yard touchdown drive. And we saw Travis Kelce do work. Travis Kelce, he did his thing, whether Patrick Mahomes was on the field or whether it was Chad Henne, and he shows why that he's still the best tight end in the National Football League. And as a matter of fact, Travis Kelce, he had a busy day. 14 catches, 98 yards, and two touchdowns. And it's kind of another one of them eyeball stat lines because you think with 14 catches he was going to eventually break 100 yards, but no. But anyway, he had a hell of a game. But from that point on, Patrick eventually got back in the game and he was able to finish the game. He got it out like a warrior. So before we get to like the rest of the game, whatever, I mean, what was your initial reaction when Patrick went down with that injury?
Oh, I mean, my stomach dropped. I mean, you never want to see Pat go down like that. Still getting my voice back from yelling on Saturday, but no, it was a scary moment. It was the same moment, like the same feeling we had back whenever he went down in the Browns game with that concussion. You kind of wonder, okay, what's going to happen here? I mean, he's the MVP. So for Travis, I mean, Henne, both of them stepped up. The whole team stepped up. So it really became a team win after that. It was a scary moment, but I'm glad to hear that he's doing better. And I think he's going to pull up on Sunday and he's going to give it his all. He's a competitor. You saw that on the sidelines. He did not want to come out. So it was great to see that fight in him, but it was really scary.
Yeah, for me, man, like I was kind of like, dang, but then I was like, okay, we can win this game with Henny. Like I didn't have
I
a
think
doubt in
so.
my mind about Andy Reid is such a great coach, and like I hear the chatter, kind of about well that exposed Mahomes or Mahomes that proved that he's not elite because look what Henny did. We were like Henny played solid. He did what he's supposed to do, right? And Pacheco, had a huge run on that drive, to make it to make some pressure, take some pressure off Indy, right? So Mahomes came back, gutted it out. I figured he would like Mahomes type of guy, like you're gonna have to take him out, and I don't even want to say I ain't gonna even say they got one burn no bread. Mahomes type of guy, if he can be on the field, he gonna be on the field, right? And you know that. Like he gonna fight to get back. So when I seen him go down, seen him limp off, I was kind of like, he'll be gone. He'll gut his way through it.
Mm-hmm. It's on you, Bug.
Yeah, I was worried, man. I was at the game. I was worried. I didn't think he was gonna get back out there for a minute. So yeah, I was definitely worried. Henny came in and was doing what he was supposed to do. Not what he's supposed to do. He definitely did more than he was supposed to do. 98 yards. Yeah, that's crazy. So you got to give him respect. But yeah, I was worried about Mahomes, man. I'm happy he got back out there because shit, I thought it was over.
Yeah, I want to shout out Holly here. I saw the comments. Holly, welcome aboard. Glad you found us. Hope you enjoy the rest of the show. All right, country, it's on you, man. What was your initial reaction when Patrick went down with that ankle injury for a hot second? Oh man, don't tell me your internet is cooked again, brother. Oh man.
Yeah, I know what
Yeah,
to
we
do.
yeah, we lost you,
You
bro.
talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to you, man.
Hello?
Yeah, you,
Oh,
yeah, you could,
What
bro.
the
Hey man, come out, come back in, bro. Reset your router.
Uh,
All right. Anyway, yeah, as everyone knows, I was at the game. I tested my luck just to try to get this hex off me. And when Patrick went down, I was like, oh no, oh no. I was like, come on, man, not again, dog. Don't do this to me, football guys. Don't do this to me. And as everyone knows, like my mentions was getting peppered because I put out a tweet for the game, just get myself hyped up, showing people where I was sitting at and all this other stuff. And then Facebook was they were on me too. They were on my ass too, and it just didn't look good. But like I mentioned, I remember that movie Wolf of Wall Street. I remember Leonardo DiCaprio said, I said, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. That was in my mind. I was like, man, I'm not leaving. I'm sorry. I gotta get over this hex. And we eventually did, man. And some people they still getting on me today, talking about, man, well, Patrick's still hurt. I'm like, first off, y'all act like Patrick didn't play on a bad ankle when we blew out the Bills in the AFC Championship game. So I trust the training staff, I trust the coaches, I trust his personal trainer Bobby Stroop that Patrick's ankle is gonna be just fine. It'll be good enough for the AFC Championship game this week. So
yeah, he's gonna
I
get
just
right. I think, and you saw like Bobby's like, we got a tough week ahead, but like you said, we've got like the number one training staff. Bobby's gonna be in there doing work with him, and I already saw like all these videos of him stretching out and stuff. He's gonna be ready to play. It might be not 100%, but like I said, he's a competitor.
I mean, and people they complain about the ankle because people so they pay attention to all the magical things that Patrick does, right? So they like, okay, he gets out the pocket, he scrambles, and he makes all these big plays right there, and that's what you remember. And Pat is surgical from the pocket. And I think people forget that Patrick can sit in that pocket and still sling the ball. The other stuff, yes, the intangibles to make him, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play this game. But it's still like if he has to sit in that pocket and maneuver that pocket and slang it, he definitely can. He actually leads the league in touchdowns this season from the pocket at 34. So it's like he can sit in the pocket and still rip the Bengals defense apart. I ain't worried about it.
Reese, that's funny that you said that because everybody is making it seem like Mahomes just can't win in the pocket. That's crazy to me. Where'd that come from?
They just see all the stuff because all the big plays and the crazy plays is always he running this way, running back, flipping with his hand, like, and that's what makes all the highlights. And that takes people's mind over, like, well, that's the only time he makes a big play. Like, no, Pat can sit in that pocket right there and read the defense with the best of them and tear you apart.
Yeah, my thing is this, like, Patrick is more dangerous outside the pocket, but he has worked on trying to be a better passer in the pocket. And, I was hearing Bengals fans talking about, we should be able to blitz Patrick since he's on a bad ankle. It's like, look, I mean, try that if you want to. Like, it's not gonna work out well for you. And I really don't believe they're gonna come with that. But enough of the Bengals talk, man. Let's go ahead and stick to what we did against the Jaguars. So, after Patrick got hurt and everything, Chad Henne led that 98-yard drive, and Chad Henne's just been a clutch player for us. Like whenever he's had to step in, everyone knows about the Cleveland Browns game where we was hanging on for dear life, and he had to make a key scramble to get a first down on a third down play, and then in order to close it out, threw a sideline pass to Tyreek Hill on a 4th and 1. We sealed the victory on that. But I just want to go around the room and give you guys and ask you guys thoughts on Chad Henne and how important he's really been as a backup veteran to this squad.
So,
Country, you straight? Country, look like you good now, bro.
Yeah, I'm straight, bro. I'm
All
homosexual.
right, cool,
Um,
cool.
I think Chad Henne did what he was supposed to do, man. He's supposed to come off the bench in a pinch, and he did that. He went and drove 98 yards, helped us win that game. Um, that's what a backup quarterback's supposed to do. He's Chase Daniel.
uh,
Chase Daniel with a lesser bag. Chase Daniel with a lesser bag, I guess.
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. Yeah, that's the bad.
man, I don't know. I would say like I'll be honest. I was one of those people who was kind of on the Bouchelli bandwagon over before the season started. I thought his mobility would bring a little bit more to the backup QB position, being that Patrick is so mobile. But Henne really stepped in. He gave that vet presence that we needed. He was able to execute. I love that Andy went to a pass play right off the bat to show, he's not going to just go right to the run. So I thought that was really good. I like Kenny. I was really impressed with his performance, and I shouldn't be because he's done it before. So my give Henny his flowers for sure.
Yeah, I was kind of the same way. Like I'm right there with Kylie. Like in the preseason, I was Team Boucher. Like, hey man, Chad will be there. Like we cut him, we could always go back and get him. Right? That's how I felt. But when Pat went down yesterday, like it was a sigh of release in me knowing that it was Henny. Like it was
Yeah,
that comfort. Like I told one of the homies, I said, I know this is a stretch, but it felt like having Chad Henny is like having just a little bit less athletic Alex Smith as your backup quarterback. Like the playbook that you can call for Alex and stuff like that. It's a lot of things that Chad Henne is good at. And I love the fact that even on the I think Andy proves this confidence in Chad by being on the 2 yard line, but not being afraid to come out right away and pass the ball. Because 90% of the league, they put the backup quarterback on the 2 yard line. They're like, hey, just get us some room to punt so we can figure this thing out. And they're gonna run a couple of dives and just try to, get the punter some room. But Andy just came right out like, hey, we're gonna go get it, back up or not. So man, the way the Chad gutted it out, I would have been cool if Chad would have stayed in the rest of the game. Because I feel like we'd have been efficient with him.
Yeah, some people were saying that. Some people were saying that if Patrick didn't come back in the game, that Chad Henne would have been able to get the job done because he was in rhythm. He was a good rhythm. Him and Travis was on point during that drive because most of that drive was Travis Kelce. And then we did see like on the key third down, he found Tony on the sideline. Tony got a first down and everything. So I mean, there was that.
We got to give more
I mean,
credit to Andy Reid, man. Andy Reid, throughout his whole career, has always kept a good backup. Like I think that's under sold from what he do with that. Every team he's always had, it's always been a decent backup. So they always prepared. So we got to give Andy Reid that credit for that, man. That's why he didn't
That's a
won 10
fact.
playoff games in 2 different conferences.
And
That's a fact, bud.
Henny said something about like Andy Reid has like a in his play sheet has like top plays like that each quarterback is comfortable with. So like him and each quarterback sit down each game and have some of their go-to plays that they really like and comfortable with. So that show you like Andy's always prepared for no matter what happens.
And just
Well, all right.
the
So, all
Jaguars
right.
weren't
So,
ready
my
for
bad.
it. The
No, they
Jaguars
were.
weren't ready for the Henny time. They clear drinkers, not dark.
And I think,
Um,
yeah, and I think had Henne had to have played the rest of the game, you saw how effective Pacheco was. How effective Pacheco was. I think they would have continued to run the ball more had they been in that position. But Pat
Yeah,
came back and did Pat things. So
that would have been a 30 carry game from Pacheco that we've been begging for sure.
yeah, makes
yeah,
me
but you
wonder.
know what?
Yeah, we're gonna get to the Bengals later. Yeah,
But you know what was surprising from about the Jaguars though? Like when Patrick Mahomes did get hurt and he was on the sideline, the Jaguars they should have did a better job of taking advantage of that. What was very surprising from their defensive game plan is they didn't try to bracket Travis Kelce at all. They didn't try to put a nickel corner on him, to bump him a bit, and they didn't try to put like a linebacker over the top or a safety over the top. Because I would have tried to take Travis Kelce out the game at that point. Because you know the backups they usually look for the tight end in their first read. So I would have tried to make the Chiefs receivers beat me at that point. You know, it was very shocking, but it's like, hey, it is what it is. We'll take it. We'll take it how we can
Definitely
get
a
it.
taker.
Right, absolutely.
So moving forward, man, you know, everyone knows Patrick was trying to get back in the game, and you know, Andy Reid would not let him back in the game if he until he took that X-ray. Because I saw on the sideline Patrick was warming up after he got taped up and everything, and he was trying to hurry his way back in the game after he threw a couple passes. And then he's like, "Hold on, player, you gotta get that X-ray." And then you know, Andy Reid was frustrated. I mean, not Andy Reid, but Patrick Mahomes was frustrated, and he went to the locker room and whatnot. But it's just a great Chad Henne just did a great job of holding things down, and the defense did a good job holding things down too. Definitely want to talk about that because Doug Peterson he actually ran some decent concepts. I know when they scored early on, Christian Kirk he actually lined up in the backfield and he was able to get that mismatch on George Karlaftis. I thought it was a pretty good slick play they did right there because you saw that Willie Gay he was coming on a blitz and that just left Karlaftis in trouble. And anytime you put a defensive end or a linebacker on a receiver, I mean it's trouble. Receiver gonna win that like 90% of the time. So there's that. But at the same time, the defense they had a couple opportunities for some interceptions. They didn't come through on them, but I thought they played well for the most part. You know, Frank Clark, he's playoff Frank. He's back. The shark smelling blood in the water again, so that was good to see. No, Chris Jones, he once again didn't get a sack, but he still impacted the game. I saw he had 2 tackles for losses, if I'm not mistaken. So overall, the defense unit
Didn't
was
he
pretty
have like
solid.
8 pressures?
yeah.
He had six. He had six.
6. Oh, okay, my fault.
Yeah, pressure nation. Nah,
Well, I wouldn't say it like that.
nah, I'm playing. I'm
It's more
playing.
than one way to. It's more than one way to impact the game, though. Like
Oh yeah.
I
Right,
know sacks are the main thing you look at, but to say he didn't impact that game would be foolish.
Oh yeah.
right.
Hey, what
Well, and I think
Karlaftis was
Spag
on?
schemed up. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I just think Spag schemed up some plays. You know, they saw Chris was getting doubled to open up things for Clark, and then he went through and he had a sack. He had a great couple tackles for loss himself. Like he played awesome. They both played great.
Yeah, it was kind of a combination. Like some, you know, the sack that Clark got, he got that sack because of Chris Jones, because
Mhm.
where Chris Jones forced him. Like the secondary, I wrote about this yesterday. Like the secondary played lights out. The secondary had a great game, and our defensive line had a great game. Linebackers, if our linebackers play the way they played yesterday, we're gonna have our hands full. But I ain't gonna talk about the Bengals. But the linebackers yesterday did not really get they really didn't get downhill. And one thing, like I think Bolden is an excellent linebacker. You know, it proves that he is from the season he had. But he doesn't disengage from blockers well. So long as the blocker's not on him, he's phenomenal. Once a blocker gets on him, he gets washed out of the play too easily. So I need to see a little bit less of 47. Like Harris, you did good when filling in for Willie Gay. You did your thing, my guy. But nah, I need Willie Gay on the field on more. But our secondary played lights out, man. We dropped a couple. Definitely Juan Thornhill. I think this was Juan Thornhill's best game of the season by far. And Trent Duffy just locked down. He don't even get targeted for real. I think he was like 3 targets on 45 pass snaps, and he only gave up 2 catches for 21 yards. Like he takes the side away. And Kirk gonna get here. That was just a good play call by Peterson. Called the perfect play call against the right defense. It just happened at the right time for that touchdown.
Did they give y'all Bob Sutton with Justin Houston vibes when you seen that though?
You was like, what is he doing?
Yeah,
but the crazy thing is, he did it again on the last play that Jalen Watson got the interception. Only difference is Justin Reed got there on the blitz because he blitzed Justin Reed from the side, and he sent Frank Clark back in coverage. Willie Gay didn't get there, and he had a little bit less room to cover, and Kirk was definitely faster than Karlaftis. But it's the same. It was the same concept. You hoping your blitz get there to force the quarterback to throw it early, and Gay just didn't get there on that touchdown. But when Reed got there, that's why he had to throw that ball so quick for Watson to get that pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great point. And Justin Reed, he continues to step up his play. He's calmed down a bit since the Bengals regular season matchup, and he's taking the onus and he's doing his thing so far. So hopefully he keeps it up this upcoming week moving forward. Now, I do want to say this. Another thing that was shocking to me about the Jaguars, because I feel like the Jaguars was a little effective with their running game too. I feel like Travis Etienne, every time he touched the ball, was positive yardage, and then Jermichael Hasty, he had a few key plays too. I know he had a crucial drop, like on third down, the second quarter or whatnot, but I thought he looked decent too. But it's just that the Jacksonville Jaguars, they eventually had to play catch up, and I think it was a relief for the defense too, because it really did cause them to press a little bit. Because I said, like in our pregame show, I said if we get in the position where the Jaguars gonna have to press, that's gonna play into our hands, and it eventually showed. And like you mentioned, Trevor Lawrence, he did eventually give it up at the end there to seal the game. So
Yeah, I say
and
this when they went away from the run because they was gashing us. Like
hmm
when they wouldn't. That's where I would say Doug Peterson kind of fell into that Andy Reid mode because he went away from the run way too quickly. Like he had time left to stick with it, and it would have been much more effective um against it because they was eating us up. Like they definitely and they not even good runners up the middle. Like Jacksonville has been more of an edge running team all year, finding
Yep.
effect. They used the speed, but they was gutting us up the middle. Something I didn't think we would see, but we seen it. I was like, I thought they should. If they'd have stuck with it, that game might have turned out a little closer. They wouldn't have won, but it would have made it. They'd have made it a little bit more, hard at the end on us probably.
Yeah, we
Yep,
definitely got to
exactly.
tighten up against that run.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because
speaking of
the
the
big
running game,
dogs are coming.
exactly.
That's
And
right.
speak
That's right.
and speaking of the running game, let's talk about our running game. I saw I saw on the sideline that Isaiah Pacheco, he was a little frustrated because he kept getting yanked in and out the game when he was trying to get in a rhythm. Because Pacheco had some good runs in that game. He only had 12 carries for 95 yards, and it kind of reminded me of J.K. Dobbins and his frustration with the Ravens because everyone knows they lost to the Bengals in the wild card round, and Dobbins felt like he should have got the ball more because Dobbins was cooking. He was cooking against the Bengals, and I feel like in this game, Pacheco, he should have had 20 touches in this one. And because I saw like in the second half when he got taken out the game, he was frustrated. Coach, he was like, feed me, keep feeding me," because he was in the rhythm. Like Jacksonville couldn't stop him. Like Pacheco was just wearing their ass out, and they kept yanking him in and out the game. So I just wanted to be less of that next game. But shout out to Pacheco. He continues to run hard. He continues to be a positive for this football team.
Man, they
Yeah.
cost me my parlay not giving Pacheco the ball on the goal line, man.
Oh,
Oh no.
I had a
Oh man.
$10 bet that would have won me like I think it was like 218 or something. The only person left I needed to get a touchdown was Pacheco, man. I'm gonna have to holler at Andy Reid, man. He owed me $200.
hey, but
Man, it's
that
tough.
red zone run game still, man. What's up with that?
Well, I mean, not just that. Not just that. Like the short yardage situations in general. Like, I don't know why this coaching staff makes it difficult. Like, you can do so many things to get a yard. Like you can use. I swear to keep forgetting that Michael Burton's on the team. Like, you use him as a lead blocker, and hell, like if you don't want to use him as a lead blocker, like run some misdirection. Like hell, you could put Kadarius Toney in the backfield, and he'll just beat somebody to the corner. Like mix it up, you know?
Definitely
Yeah,
when you
but
got
we
the speed.
always run the ball in shotgun, like we say. So it's hard. What you gonna do? We know you about
It's
to run the ball
annoying.
now.
It's annoying. Like you give your running back like a 3 yard disadvantage doing that.
Yeah.
Just annoying.
Well, with the speed that Pacheco got to even hit the edge, there's so much you can do on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 that we not taking advantage of. And you would think with Creed, Tony, and Trey Smith, we should never have a problem picking up a yard ever. Like that whole
You know
bring
what
the
we
tight
should do?
end under like even like if we're gonna run that, use the concept of pushing the tight end from the back, the rest of the lead, and picked up
Yeah.
on they just line up and then everybody just push forward. Like you got to do something different. It's no way that we got the all pro center and the all pro guard and another one that probably should have been at least second team all pro, and and we ain't picking up 3rd and 4th and 1. It's ridiculous.
I know this sounds crazy, but are we sure it's not the offensive line's fault on the short yardage?
It started
I
with
mean,
them.
it's part of it. It's part of it.
You know what we should do? We should take a delayed game and get that 5 yards so it'd be 3rd and 6. We'll convert that.
Oh man.
But no, it's frustrating for sure. I do want to give some credit to McKinnon because when we needed extra protection for Pat, he came in and he was great in pass pro. I know Pacheco obviously was a little frustrated. He kept getting pulled out, but I think it was necessary on some of those, obviously, those passing plays. So that one block, I think I forget who it is. He just lays him out. It's fun watching him block. Let's just say that.
Who,
Especially when he
McKinnon?
that small, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's mighty.
they had a free
Yeah,
rusher, but McKinnon popped him so hard you could hear it.
Man, he
right.
lit him
Yeah,
up.
McKinnon. He didn't really do much on the stat line, but he still played a vital part to this victory because that pass protection is so vital. Like he's one of the best pass protecting backs in the league, to me, in my opinion. He's had a couple of them highlight plays where he'll pick up a blitz and lay somebody out.
I think that's why
And
we
he can
saw so
run
much of
too.
McKinnon though in that second half was simply just because they wanted to pass and they was like we got to protect Pat and they needed that extra blocker in there and that's just where McKinnon is at, man. He's excellent. I hope he gets and I honestly I ain't gonna lie. This, at the beginning of the season I was like when they signed him I was like they signing the insurance policy. He might not make the squad. Like I was kind of out. I was kind of done with him. Like 30-year-old running back. Like we can surely find somebody younger that can do what he does. Now I'm like, hey, give him at least 2 more years, man. Get a man an extension, man. Let's keep him in.
He like to kept
Did
it
Yeah.
out
Ronald
for
Jones
us,
get
man.
any? Did Ronald Jones get any snaps?
No touches.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
I wonder will he even
No,
be active
sir.
next week though.
I think it would be active, but we'll see. It kind of depends, like if they want to bring back Jody and Clyde. Like
That's
if they activate
exactly.
Clyde, then he's gonna be in street clothes more than likely. So
Do you guys want Clyde back?
Oh God, here we
I,
go.
I don't. I
It's
mean, I
gotta
don't
be
mind it
asked.
Over
first.
Rojo.
I don't mind it,
Over
but
Rojo. Okay.
I was
I'll
asking.
take
he's not
Clyde
gonna.
back over Ronald Jones.
You take okay.
I would take
Right.
it if that's the swap, Ronald Jones for Clyde, and then they don't try to force Clyde in there. That's my only thing of why I don't want Clyde back because it feels like that if we get Clyde back, Andy Reid's gonna find a reason, like because you still like this is my number
Yeah.
one draft pick, my first round draft pick. We got to put him in. Like you got that thought. Now, but
Mm-hmm.
Clyde, I think Clyde does bring something to the red zone that that helps out. But I think McKinnon has found a way to be even more dynamic in the red zone than what Clyde is. So that space for him, I just don't think is there no more.
Yeah, that's a fair point for sure. But I do want to talk about the special teams because somebody did mention Harrison Butker. Harrison Butker had his best game he's had in a long time. He made all of his kicks, whether it was extra points, field goals, and he made a crucial stop on a return because I said this too. Jamal Agnew's one of the best return men in the league for the past decade. And everybody's talking about how good the Chiefs' coverage has been all season long when it came to kick returns and punt returns. But this Jaguar special teams is different. Like when you got a guy Jamal Agnew's stature, and there was 2 times in this game where Agnew could have took one to the house, but
Yeah,
thankfully that didn't happen.
that
And
was
then
a play of the
also,
game for me.
yeah, definitely a crucial play at that point. And also, it was crucial where we forced that fumble on Agnew in that fourth quarter because they ran a screenplay for him, and he coughed it up. I'm trying to think was Sneed the one that
He
forced that fumble?
Nah, he just
dude just
dropped it.
dropped it.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Dude just like nobody like that's what if you go look at the stats, it's not even in there as a forced fumble. Like
Mm,
Snead was in on the tackle. He was wrapped up around his legs, bringing him down. Dude just dropped the
hmm
ball.
That,
Yeah.
And I'm grateful. Like I'm grateful for Harrison Buckner's tackle, right? But
yeah.
what was going on with the kickoffs? He didn't put not one out the back of the end zone on Sunday. I mean on Saturday. I'm like you got one of the best returners in the league, but yet we keep giving this man opportunities and almost got beat twice.
Do you think they was? Do you think that was by design?
Yeah,
Because I
It's
mean,
a
because we
stupid
seen him
design.
fumble later on. Maybe it was. Maybe it was kind of by design. They
that's
wanted
all
to put
told,
him in a
man.
situation.
It
You
was a
said what?
bad design, and now we went out and cut our best coverage guy. So I hope they got a better design.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm sick
no.
about that, man. Shout out to Chris, man. Keep your head up, bro. I'm sick about that one.
Yeah, that's all Dave told on that, man.
Yeah, because Harrison Buckner can put it out there, so it had to
Yeah,
be a call to pop it up.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it was a
But
good win, though, man. A strong quality win. We need to see that. Everybody played their part. Special teams was a little bit down, but you was encouraged by what Bucker did. You know what I'm
That's the
saying?
main thing.
So, it's never gonna be perfect, but I was encouraged by the whole situation. It wasn't a. We've seen other teams perform and they didn't show up. I'm looking at you, Dallas, but so 2/3 of the team showed up. I would say even 5/7 of the team showed up. Is that 5/8 of the team showed up or something like that? But yeah, man, that special teams, that kick return. But like Chuck was saying, that he's a special guy too. It's not like he's just some regular Joe Blow off the sidelines. He's a beast.
yep, for sure. So yeah, that being said, it's on to the AFC Championship game against Cincinnati. And to people in the Chiefs Kingdom was telling me to get the F out and all this other stuff. I can't say that no more. No longer bad luck, Chuck. I told y'all it's good luck,
Good
Chuck.
luck,
New
Chuck.
chapter. We're gonna win the bowl. We're gonna win the bowl because of this game. That's all I'm gonna say on that. All right, so let's go ahead and tackle these other games that we saw here. Let's talk about those for a little bit. Eagles and Giants. I'm pretty sure we breezed through this one real quick because honestly, I didn't watch this entire game. Like when it was 28
Did you
nothing, I
have
fell
to?
asleep. I fell asleep. I called it a night early because Jalen Hurts shows y'all why. And I know some Chiefs fans aren't gonna like this, but I gotta be honest here. If Jalen Hurts don't get hurt, he probably would have won the MVP because he was like having a Lamar Jackson, Cam Newton type season. Like I know what Patrick Mahomes has done. He did what he did without Tyreek Hill. We have more explosive plays this year. We still put up the pretty much the same numbers, if not better, in some categories. But you saw when Jalen Hurts was on the sideline, like against the Cowboys, the Eagles hung tough. They barely lost. But then the next week, they laid an egg against the Saints. So it's clear that they need that man in order for that Eagles team to go. And since he's been back, that Eagles team been clicking like usual. So shout out to Jalen Hurts and his performance.
Yeah, I don't
And it
know
was
if I
just
was
clear
going to say he's
mismatch.
going to win it. He would have won the MVP. He'd have been in the runnings a little closer. The fact that Patrick broke that total record, that total yards record, kind of helped solidify that season for him. But I wasn't sure. Like I thought the Eagles would win, but I actually picked the Giants just because I wasn't sure how healthy Hurts was. Like, because those last couple of games I think that first round bye really helped him, get him healthy. Because that last game of the season, he didn't look right. Like he still looked like I was like, if that shoulder ain't healthy, he can't run like he been running. I don't know if they're gonna make it out of this unless Daniel Jones turns back to Daniel Jones. They got healthy Hurts and Daniel Jones turned back to Daniel Jones. So
Right.
that's what you got that game.
Yeah,
Man,
it's
I
clear
think
that
he
the
said
Vikings
he's
were
still not
disgruntled.
healthy. Oh, for sure. But I mean, I'll be honest. I drank quite a bit during the Chiefs game, so I only caught about half of the Giants game. But I mean, Daniel Jones is limited. Eagles got a great roster, top to bottom, and it just kind of exposed him a little bit. So, and I think what
Giants,
Jalen said, he's not even healthy. So that's continuing to see him. What else he does next is going to be pretty crazy. They got a good team.
Giants weren't supposed to be there. They were happy to be there. Same with the Jaguars. They're a year above schedule. Hell of a season for both of them, but they a year above schedule. Jaguars gonna be something to deal with though, because when they get Ridley and they add some more draft picks, add some more free agents to that roster, and Trevor Lawrence keeps progressing. If he takes another step forward, they're gonna be something to deal with. Maybe for like Buffalo or somebody, but you know they're gonna be a threat. They coming. It's not. It's they had a hell of a season. They changed it. They started like the old Jaguars, turned into these new people, and ended on a good note. Even though they lost to the Chiefs, you know what I'm saying. But they got their first round win. They're gonna be something to deal with.
Hmm.
Giants too. Giants got a lot of questions that need to be answered too, though. Quarterback, running back. Y'all need wide receivers.
I don't think the
Um,
Giants sniff the playoffs next year.
Yeah, it might be a total rebuild but it was positive. I don't know why they cut Kadarius Tony though. It looked like he would have helped if he was healthy,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Are you paying Daniel Jones?
what's my
No. I,
alternative?
Nope.
Uh,
That's the
Are
hard
poor
part
you?
thing.
there.
Are
Like
anybody?
they don't have a choice unless you're gonna figure out a way to trade for Lamar, you know, and something like that, or maybe go after a Derek Carr, trade for him and get him, like if you can do one of those type of things where you can, and you only do that if you feel like you're just a quarterback away. Like if you feel like we got the rest of the team in place, and if we got a better quarterback, like how the Chiefs went up and drafted Patrick Mahomes because they knew it was like, okay, Alex Smith is only going to take us this far. We're just a quarterback away from being able to get over that hump. If they don't feel like if they feel like it's more than just him, you can't risk trading the draft picks that is going to trade away to be able to go get a top quarterback.
That front office is gonna be a little more lenient this year after they seen what you could do with Danny Dimes though. So you might be able to go get you somebody. Now I know you can coach and lead a team like that.
Hmm.
That's true.
Hmm.
It would be interesting to see Dayball and Derek Carr together, or Jimmy G, or
I don't
you
like
know,
Derek Carr in New York, man. Y'all like that
Yeah.
with that media
it's cold. It get cold out there. He don't do
in
good
that
in the
weather?
cold.
It's better than
Right.
Jones.
And then on top of that, Derek Carr got to deal with the New York media and all that.
Mm,
That'd be
Eat him
trash for
alive.
him.
man, I don't.
Yeah.
That's the reason I don't like that.
Yeah, he would have no media availability.
Mm-mm.
No, Derek's
Hey,
not talking today. He's
I
crying.
like that. A Rod with the
listen,
Giants would be nice.
They
Aaron
could tear
Rodgers is
Rod up.
look. Aaron Rodgers is
You
an
talking about
attention whore.
Derek
He'll probably
Carr?
want that. Aaron Rodgers is an attention whore. He probably want that. He probably like that.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, yeah. On to the next game. You know, I'm gonna say that the other AFC game last. Let's do the Niners Cowboys. Let's go to that one. This game was a slugfest. Both defenses came with it. The Cowboys, they came up with a great defensive game plan because it started to show that when you get pressure on Brock Purdy, he's a little bit shaky out there. I think in these playoffs so far, he's done kind of regressed a little bit these two games. And that hasn't cost the Niners yet, but it seemed like you can rattle him just a little bit. And early on, I really wasn't feeling Kyle Shanahan's game plan because the Cowboys were doing a good job of stuffing the runs in the middle. But in the second half, maybe the offensive line coach was getting on them. Maybe they wasn't blocking well enough for them backs in the first half. In the second half, they started to get someone going. Runs in the middle. They was getting about 7 yards a pop, with Mitchell and McCaffrey, despite him having a little calf injury or whatnot. And then when there was a key play that needed to be made, George Kittle, he saved Brock Purdy on that one where he had to try to catch it one hand. The ball hit off his helmet, and he showed great concentration to come up with the ball. So Kittle had a monster game. But at the end of the day, man, Dallas really should have won this game. Like, if Dak Prescott doesn't turn the ball over and, Tony Pollard, unfortunately, doesn't get hurt, I think Dallas would have came away with the victory in that one. So it was just at the end of the day, the Niners just found a way to survive. So, and like in Dallas, and at the end of the day, Jerry Jones, you'll continue to have this type of bad luck as long as you don't put Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor. Until you do that, this is always gonna be your fate.
This ain't got nothing to do with no Jimmy Johnson. This is quarterback. This quarterback is trash. This quarterback cannot win major games. We've been saying this. When did we play Dallas, Boogie? Didn't we tell D and J Tuck that Dakota ain't ready? He not ready, bro. He not prime time, bro. He not.
Dak was turning that pill over, man. He was turning that pill over quite a bit this year, unfortunately.
He's trying.
Yeah,
like Dak is as good as the running game is gonna be.
And that ain't good.
Like, when you seen Dak had success is when Zeke was at his best. And he can come off the play action and stuff like that and play that type of thing. When they put it on there, and Mike McCarthy trying to make Dak do Aaron Rodgers type stuff and throw the ball 30, 40, that's not Dak's game. He's gonna make mistakes. Like, you gotta protect, you gotta understand your quarterback, and it's like they don't understand. They think Dak too highly of Dak. Like, they think Dak is that guy that can go out there and put the team on his shoulders and win this game, and that ain't what he can do. He's a play action quarterback. He's gonna make some good throws, but you gotta keep him wheeled in.
Zeke might be washed, man. I know.
Yeah, Zeke done too.
Yeah.
Zeke.
Yeah.
Autumn carries them first few years. Their running back life is short.
Yeah. He ain't it, man.
Look, the same question we asked 2 years ago when we played Dallas. What major game has Dak ever won?
He's not.
We still waiting on the answer.
Brock Purdy has just as many playoff wins as Dak Prescott. So
Next game.
Yikes.
That's
Yikes.
But it's true.
it is true.
Sorry, D. Sorry, J Tuck, man. I respect and love y'all, but I'm sorry, man. Either Jerry Jones gotta go somewhere, or y'all gotta get another quarterback. It's just never gonna.
He gotta get some weapons, bro. You gotta give him some weapons.
Like whatever interviews that they offensive coordinator for Dallas had before that game, he probably just them GMs looked at him like, yeah, gotta go ahead and cancel the interview. There is no way Kellen Moore gets a head coaching job after watching that game.
Hell,
Thank you, Reese. Thank you, Reese, because I keep telling people that Kellen Moore is the one that's costing them games, man, because he will get into that pass happy mode again. Like you could not have Dak throw the ball that many times.
Mike McCarthy was fumbling the time management too, man. We can't just give all the blame to Kellen Moore. I know you want to, Chuck. McCarthy did not coach a good game.
Listen, I'll give some to McCarthy too, but majority's on Kellen Moore, dog.
Dude, McCarthy's clock management is terrible.
Always have been.
Always. Yeah. And that's part of the reason they lost. And even the Cowboys are blaming Dak. Did you see the thing? Cowboys organization.
That's
Dak blamed Dak. Dak was like, this 100% on me. Like, yes, sir. Glad you took that.
No, did you see the Cowboys Twitter account?
Yes.
That's crazy. That was crazy, man.
If that's what you're supposed to do
We
is
we
leader.
can
That's what you're
point.
supposed to do
You
as
can
leader of the
point
team.
all the fingers you want. It's it's the Cowboys. They're run bad.
It's because they
Their
won't put
owner
Jimmy Johnson in the
their
ring
owner want to
behind
be
him.
the
No,
Man.
it's
coach.
You heard
not.
what
He
Chuck
want to
It's
be the
said.
not.
jersey maker. I, I, bruh. Sean Payton ain't going there to be ran by Jerry Jones, man.
That's true.
No. Don't nobody want to deal with Jerry Jones.
Yeah, there you go, Kyle. Getting somewhere now. Anyway, at the end, but I want to touch on this before we move on to the final game of the weekend. What the hell was that final play? Why the hell you had Zeke
Dog,
snapping the ball from under center?
It's
Like,
crazy. It's
bro,
what are we
crazy.
doing?
Hey,
What are we
man.
doing, man?
was that play worse than that Colts play? Remember that Colts play back in the day, like 5 years ago?
Yeah,
Oh,
Was that
yeah,
worse
that's
than
up.
that?
It's right.
What the fuck was that? I mean, what was that, man? Come on, man.
That's right up there, bro. That's
Zeke
right up there
got
with Bill
blew
Belichick.
up.
Did they have Zeke at center, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Why?
dog. Yes,
I would have
bro.
loved to
Why
see
was
Zeke's face when he went back to the sideline. Hey, Zeke boys probably called him like after the game, like, damn, bro.
Bro,
I'm wondering why we didn't get no reports about the same reports we got for Stephon Diggs. Why we didn't get that for Ezekiel Elliott? He left
I don't know.
and got all his clothes and he
Because
gone.
they understand why he left.
hey,
They
I
get it.
tell you
They like,
what,
man, let him go.
Diggs, come on, Diggs, come to death row, man. You take
Word,
the hit.
Yeah, and
word.
don't get
Look.
paid like Death Row either.
Hey, speaking of Stephon Diggs, let's go and get to this final game. Bills and Bengals. This is probably the most anticipated game of the weekend. Damar Hamlin, shout out to him. I'm glad he's recovering. He made an appearance. He showed up to the game. His family pulled up to the game. But unfortunately, in honor of his jersey number, the Bengals whooped them by 3 possessions, 27-10. I said it like if there's one team that can ruin the league's plans of this nonsensical neutral site AFC Championship game, it was the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals, they have gone through so much adversity, you know, no matter what the situation is, and they've handled it so far. And it just goes and they showed on Sunday that they was the more physical team. They showed that Buffalo soft as hell. Like whether Joe Mixon was running the ball well, whether somebody P. Ryan was running the ball well, whether Joe Mixon was just carving up their secondary, like it was just too easy for Jamar Chase out there. It was too easy for Hayden Hurst out there. It was too easy for Tyler Boyd out there. Like Joe Burrow was just the dude. He barely got touched, man. He did whatever the hell he want. So
Hey
and then Josh
man,
Allen, man. Josh Allen. I'm never again. Josh Allen. I've said this on the show many times. You're not gonna win a Super Bowl with a quarterback that can't play under center. You're not. You're just not. Like if you can't run the ball, you can't show that you can run the ball in the playoffs with your running backs. You're not gonna win. And it proved dividends, man. Lou Anarumo, he is a mad defensive scientist. He might be the best defensive coordinator in the NFL, or he's up there. So shout out to him, man. And it's crazy because Josh Allen scored less points than Tyler Huntley. Tyler Huntley's a backup, and he put up more points on this Bengal defense than you. You're supposed to be in the media, darling. You're supposed to be one of the top quarterbacks in the league. You got all your weapons, everything. You had your home game in front of your fans and you only muster up 10 points, sad, bro.
bro.
Disgraceful.
I don't know who watching Last of Us, but it's a good show. Watch it. The Bills
Say
are like them
less.
zombies on there. They just waiting for somewhere to die. They was just waiting. Cincinnati,
Oh,
they had the Hamlin incident. Prayers up for him. That all they did was prolong it. They just been waiting to go somewhere and lay down and die. They've been waiting for it. They had no energy. They had no. It was no spark. It was no fire. And they players came out and said that today. So they've been just waiting for somewhere to go sit down and just, you know what I'm saying? Like they want to be Thanos. They want to sit in the garden. They just been waiting for it. And
I
then
mean,
they got snapped.
I think we seen what like the way Cincinnati started the game yesterday is the same way they started the game before Hamlin went down. Like I think that's what it was going to be a turnout. And I think that's why the Bengals were so kind of mad because they were like, I think they would have been a number 2 seed if
Mm-hmm.
if that game would have got finished. Because we've been seeing that same Bills team, and they just been able to overcome some of those mistakes for like the last 5 weeks of the season. Like where we was like they not dominating like they can, but then they just able to score so quick that they was making up for it. Kind of like we seen with the Chiefs last year, just a bunch of mistakes, and then we find a way to squeak it out at the end. Then you see it come back to bite you in a big game. That's the same kind of thing you seen with the Bills this year, man. Like they and the Bengals. I think the Bengals was the better overall team than what the Bills are. And you lose somebody like Michael Hyde and Von Miller. Like that was huge for that back end.
Yeah.
I think the offense would have played better, but I think it really not, Gabe Davis stepped up and had some good stuff, but he still was not like that Sanders presence where you had like you need 3. You kind of need that 3, and Josh Allen just played bad.
Yeah.
At end of the day, he played bad. It looked like the Josh Allen we seen before. Everybody trying to paint him as the best quarterback in the league. I think he has clearly made his mark to settle in around 3 or 4 and leave him out of discussion the way he ended this year.
Yep. And
Yeah.
you want to know what the Bengals did so well? They disguised no corner blitzes so well. Josh Allen did not see him coming, man. Like they had Mike Hilton hide behind the defensive end so well to where Josh Allen wouldn't see it pre-snap, and he was getting to him like they was just knocking the hell out of Josh Allen, and Josh Allen just could not see him coming, man. Like he was rattled.
Yeah, but Josh hasn't played good in a while, and it was just more of the same. Him pressing, he makes bad decisions, he gets frazzled when everybody's coming at him, and it ends up being chaotic. The O-line's a problem for them. They don't have a running game. I saw someone say it in the comments, but at some point you have to look at McDermott. Why is Andy Reid able to build an O-line? Why are they able to build an O-line and start to develop a running game? Same with the Bengals. They had a rough O-line last year. They came in this year. I mean, granted, some of them are hurt right now, but they've developed a strong O-line. So I think you kind of have to look at McDermott. I think the Bills need to make some decisions because right now the two best teams are playing on Sunday, and it's not the Bills. And to me, they're getting further and further away.
When did Josh Allen hurt his elbow?
October.
Oh, I believe. Nah, I think it was in the middle of the season somewhere. I really can't remember what game it was.
Because he ain't been the same since.
Right.
It's just like I said, he just was looking for a corner. All right, I'm gonna go sit down right here. This is it.
This is gonna be an important offseason for Buffalo, man.
Yeah, he went out like Al Pacino in Godfather 3. Just in the guard.
Did you see that unrestricted free agent list? They unrestricted free agent list is long.
Yeah, but they need the window closed on that team they had. They got to rebuild their team up. They got to get, like you said, they got to get a running game. You can't. Every team still playing can run the ball. Buffalo cannot run the ball in the playoffs. You got to be able to run the ball. Josh Allen, you got to take that ball out of his hands. We see he's like Brett Favre. He's going to give you those big splash plays, but he's going to give you those turnovers. So you got to get that ball out of his hands and help him. So they definitely need to do that. On defense, like you said, Von Miller, Micah Hyde. Poyer is a free agent too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He was on that list.
They're going to have to – it's going to have to be through the draft. They're going to have to rebuild like the Chiefs did. Because like you said, Josh Allen about to get paid, man.
Yep. And by the way,
about to get paid.
Who?
Burrow. Joe Burrow about to get their bread too.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna have to make some decisions because you got Chase, Burrow, and then Higgins. Like trying to keep all them together, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow gonna take a pay cut and get everybody paid. Don't think that he's not gonna.
Yeah, he just might, man. And
I ain't mad at it. He'll be smart if he do, but I doubt it.
Right.
He
But
gonna get
Josh
his
Allen
money.
this post, but
You
Josh Allen
think
this
you think
postseason.
Joe Burrow ain't taking
Oh,
200 million
Oh, easy,
guaranteed?
easy.
He's starting there.
yeah. But Josh Allen this postseason though, it was complete 180 in comparison to last season, last postseason.
They said he was
You only
Mr.
completed 50.
January. I thought.
Right. They lied. Tony Romo lied. But anyway, 59% completion percentage, 3 TDs, 4 interceptions, 8 sacks, 3 fumbles. Yikes. Oh, the good old media darling, man.
Yeah. They said week 12. I think is when I'm saying that he first hurt that elbow.
Oh, okay. I had
Oh,
week 9, but it don't matter. He wasn't the same. He ain't
Yeah,
been the same since.
he ain't be in the same sense either way.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
mm-hmm.
like that's coaching. Like coaching kept treating him like he was the same. Like
Mm-hmm.
not protecting him, elbow messed up, and they like, hey, go on out here and run this ball, and he ain't, he don't know how to slide. He out here running straight up and down like he Eddie George.
And when your
Right.
quarterback is your best runner, it's gonna fail you every time.
Every time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a team up east that know what we talking about. Your quarterback
Mm-hmm.
cannot be your best runner. Period.
Oh,
Yep.
wait.
He said, I
In
didn't know
order to
what East
win,
was. My fault.
in order to win the playoffs, you gotta run the football with your running backs. You gotta get pressure at the front for it. That's how you win the playoffs. You try to depend on your quarterback too much, you're gonna lose.
Mhm.
Yep.
Period.
That's just the facts.
That's facts, man.
Yeah. Or your quarterback's gonna fumble at the 1 like an idiot.
Mhm.
Oh
So
man.
Yeah.
Cincinnati, let's give them their props now. Cincinnati played a remarkable game. They absolutely dominated Buffalo. Um, Buffalo broke their leg, and they were supposed to go out to stud, but then they took them around the back, put them out their misery. And you know what I'm saying? Even with Hamlin there, and that wasn't even no motivation. Like even that wasn't no motivation. Like
Hey, they said that was a
Buffalo was just
clone.
dead in the water.
They said that was a clone.
Uh, come on.
A clone.
Have
Come
you
on,
seen that
bro.
shit? Don't
Come
tell
on,
me y'all ain't
bro.
seen that.
We're not doing that.
Cincinnati's a
Uh,
good team.
They
You got to
are.
give them props. They are a good team. They're a very
Never
well
know.
balanced team, and that defense is well coached. They're well coached.
They proved me
Burrow's
wrong this
good.
season because when I was like, you get Cincinnati having to play this first place schedule and all that, and I still think we might not see them as high as they was if Lamar was healthy. I do think the Ravens beat them with a healthy Lamar. Um, but Cincinnati has a really good team all around. And they hats off to them. They didn't play with the Bills at all. They didn't make no mistakes about like we coming out here and we go we go dominate this game from start to finish. Like the Bills were never in that game.
No.
They
yeah.
the Bengals have this talent of, and I recognize it's coming from their coach and from the top down. They have this hidden motivation thing that they got going on where they have to find we're not being respected, we're not being looked at, we're not being praised enough, and it's just like I don't get like how long can you use that for motivation? It worked. It worked against Buffalo.
Yeah,
It's
even
worked against Kansas City multiple times. It's worked.
Michael Jordan said
But
he used to make up stuff to
yeah,
motivate
but
True.
himself.
yeah.
True.
True.
How long can you keep that going though?
I mean, Pat does it. You see Pat walking around counting where he was on the top 100 players and stuff
Right.
like
But
people got to find it now. Am I gonna go out and search for it like the coach said? Like like Chuck said, the coach is like we search the internet. And I ain't going that far to try to find
right.
something, but I
It's
might find
legitimate
something.
stuff though.
Yeah,
It's legitimate you drafted Mitchell Trubisky instead of me. That's legitimate.
right.
It's not. Y'all sold tickets to a game that hasn't happened. Well, that's how the NFL works. Like, that's not legitimate conspiracy theory. That's how it works.
Yeah, because they
It's
had
not
Jaguars
drummed
and
up.
Bengals. They had Jaguars and Bengals pre-sale tickets lined up just in case that happened. So,
The one that was
but
crazy for
yeah,
me was just them thinking like for some reason like that they should have been in a neutral site discussion with the Chiefs. Like we should have had a shot at the number one seed. Why ain't a neutral site if we ain't playing if we play the Chiefs and stuff like that? Like they had a shot at the number one seed unless we lost. I'm like, y'all could have won out. And as long as the Chiefs won out, we were still going to be in front of y'all. Like, like we didn't rob y'all from anything. So it was some Bengal fans out there like we should be in the discussion too. Like I'm like, we're number two seed maybe, not one.
I don't see how that beef was with us. It should have been with Buffalo. Buffalo should have forfeited that game. You're not gonna play it. Okay, you taking the L. Period. That's how it should have went. Now they do have a legitimate gripe. That's a legitimate one.
Yeah.
But
I,
the
I think they
selling
should have just
tickets
stuck to the
to a
rules that was in the playbook. The rule book already said what happens if a game is canceled for any reason. And they should have just stuck with that where it just falls to the percentages and then you just play it out like that. All that neutral field, coin toss, all that crap. Like, why y'all create a new rule for something that's already in there? But that's what they like to do
right.
for the Bills. And now all those rules changing for the Bills did not matter.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
The
I want.
Bills
I'm running
got
down the
help.
list. I want to run down the
We
list because here's the thing. Here's what the Bills got, man. The Bills the Bills got a rule change in overtime in which we were the ones that proposed it first after we lost to the Patriots, in which I didn't mind the NFL declining. I'm like, man, what you need to change the rules for, man? We just didn't get a stop. So, I didn't mind them not changing that. But the media had a gripe with Josh Allen not getting the ball back, and all of a sudden when the Bills propose it, they get that change. It's like, okay. And then the next thing that happens is they get a game moved to a dome because it's too much snow. But I see all these fans was getting the players to the airport just fine and whatnot. Shoving on that snow and whatnot. So I feel like they still could have played in Buffalo because I think on that Sunday it wasn't as bad. So there was that. And then you got this scenario that we just mentioned. The league gave the Bills every opportunity to advance, get to the bowl, and win the entire thing because just about everybody and their mama was picking them to win the Super Bowl, and it didn't matter. They still couldn't get it done. At the end of the day, they choked. They was overrated the entire year, and now they might be paying for it in the offseason.
this was supposed to be Buffalo's run. This was it. They pushed all their cards to the middle of the table. They put all their money up. They turned over their cards, and all they had was a little pair. And they ruined. They destroyed their own chances. They got handed everything. They gave him Carl Jeffers
Yep, Paul just
for
said
the
in the comments.
game. They gave him snow. They gave him inspirational. They oh my God, they set it up for everything for Buffalo and they failed because they was just looking for a place to sit down and rest. I have
Yep,
no sympathy
they.
for them.
None.
None.
Yep, they just want
And
they,
we
they was
and
looking
we
for somebody
sat
to carry
around,
them.
we prayed for DeMar Hamlin. We joined hands, we all roared threes. And then as soon as Pat Mahomes get hurt in the game, everybody's talking about laughing and they got memes. They talking about the man kids. They talking about his wife. Every chance they get, all that sympathy for Buffalo is dead. Nobody cares about y'all anymore. Go to your
Yeah, they
couch.
yeah they was disgusting, man. They was pretty
It-
disgusting. Like when
They,
I heard about that,
I'm
yeah,
sure he
I
did,
don't,
Paul.
I went down for that, man.
Yeah, and I mean the crazy thing is like this was supposed to be from a national media standpoint a rebuild for year for us. We wasn't supposed to
Mhm.
win the AFC West. We wasn't supposed to make the playoffs. Like we wasn't gonna perform without Tyree Hill, Tyron Matthew. We lost too many big players. Like this was supposed to be a down year for the Kansas City Chiefs, right? And here we are. Like here we are. So I mean, yeah, we go. I wanted to go to Super Bowl, and I think I really wholeheartedly think we will. But this season is a success in my book already. for the Kansas City Chiefs. For what we gave up and what we had to, to rebuild. Like we basically like gutted. If you really look at it, we got the whole receiver room besides McCole Hardman, and you got the whole secondary outside of Thornhill and Snead.
It was a rebuild year.
You saw that troll.
It was.
You saw that troll, man.
See, like Cincinnati fans, they take that as we being disrespectful to them. This is a rebuild year. We got the 10th most rookie snaps in the league. We're the top 10 youngest team in the league. What is this? How's this not a rebuild?
We're literally starting 3 rookies on defense and 2 more rotate heavily. Like even last year, like starting 3 rookies on your offensive line, like that's crazy.
Okay, Kyle, we'll call it
retool rebuild.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Okay.
I'll take a retool year. I like that. You can call it that. Retool, reload, call it whatever you want to call it.
But we going off the media
room and the whole
perception.
secondary, and here we are 5 straight years. So y'all can call it what y'all want to call it. The facts is the facts.
We wasn't supposed to be here
exactly.
We going off what the media told us.
Up like in fourth quarter on Mad, man. Like
no, we going off first things first, undisputed, Stephen A. show, Marcellus Wiley and them clowns. What's his name? Ocho with the messed up haircut. His show. They all said they're gonna finish 4th. It's the Chargers' time. They can't do this without Tyreek. Mahomes is gonna regress. Wow. We took his weapons away, and we in the same spot.
Because nobody in Kansas City ever said, "Hey, we rebuilding. This is retool. We don't expect to be here." Like nobody that was national media painting this picture like we were just gonna fall off the face of the earth.
No, it's not, man. And we retooled that because of that game against the Bengals, man, and how they was defending us. This is what we got now. We didn't have this run game like this last year. This is not the same type of team, man. We did not have that. Our D-line is different. We didn't have Karlaftis and Dunlap. We didn't have that last year.
We the Super Bowl favorites.
And here's the thing, though. They've been doubting us all season. Like you said, outside of Kansas City, the media's been doubting us all season. We weren't going to win the AFC West. We weren't going to make the playoffs. They're still doubting us. So it's whatever. I'm ready for Sunday.
Who's picking the Chiefs? Sunday. Have y'all seen anybody picking the Chiefs this week so far?
No, Vegas has the Bengals, and Vegas has the Bengals as the favorites, and it's a home game.
And that line moved rapidly. It moved very rapidly. We opened up as a field goal favorite, and now the Bengals are favored by 1 point.
And I get it. I get why they favoring the Bengals. Like I'm not mad at anybody that's picking the Bengals right now. The Bengals have beat us 3 times in a row. For whatever reason, by 3 times in a row, and Patrick Mahomes is injured and limping around. I get whoever picked the Bengals. Like, I get it. Good luck. Put your money on the wood. If that's what y'all if that's what they really believe. But we gonna see.
Man, I'm trying to put the Bengals pack in the wood.
This is Sunday, the first.
That's what I'm trying to do.
I don't know why Bengals fans are upset. All year, you've been asking for your respect. You've been asking for your flowers. Here you go. AFC Championship game. You are the favorites.
Let's go.
You are coming in as the favorite. You're not the underdog no more. You're the big dog. So we can't say we disrespected because y'all not picking us. Y'all do this every game.
We're not saying disrespect.
No, we're not disrespecting. I'm saying the Bengals should be the favorites.
Yeah, all I did was ask who has picked the Chiefs. Who was picking the Chiefs this week? That's all I want to know.
Because we good, Juice. Because we good. That's y'all not getting it.
Rich just explained it good. I mean,
yeah, they said rebuilding because we lost the best receiver in football, in Tyreek Hill, the best weapon, the most dynamic thing. We let a top tier safety go. Like.
All-pro safety.
All-pro safety. Our number 1 cornerback last year in Ward, we let walk. Like this ain't rocket science.
Our all-pro safety.
let an all-pro wide receiver go too. But our wide receiver room is a little
Yep,
more balanced.
we
So,
are.
but yeah,
I
man.
don't care.
Like here's the thing. Like, it is what it is, man. This is exactly what I wanted. I want the whole world on the Bengals because it's a totally different kind of pressure when the whole world expects you to win. That pressure is a little different. And like I said, Bengals been able to handle anything, no matter what the situation has been. But this is a lot different this time. Everybody expecting you to win, like for real, for real. So,
They built different though. They built different.
mm-hmm.
Let's see.
So,
We gonna see.
Mm.
So
yep.
Anyway,
so
I
so
can't wait.
now the rabbit has the gun. Y'all not the rabbit anymore. Y'all the hunted. Y'all not the hunter anymore. Y'all not hunting us no more. Y'all surpassed us. Y'all the big dogs. Now y'all the hunted. And we a hunter now. Y'all put us in this position.
Yeah, they the big dogs. They the big
They the
dogs.
big dogs.
Nick said they the
Joe
big
Mixon said
dogs.
it himself.
They the big dogs. Cool. And I get
Eli
they,
Eli
they went to
Apple
the Super
said they
Bowl
the
last year.
best
They are
defense.
supposed to think this way. They went to the
yep.
Super Bowl last year. They back in the AFC Championship game. My hats is off to them because they should think this way. They should be as confident as they are. They have no reason not to be confident. I think it's going to be a great game.
How are y'all not the rabbit this time? How are we not? How are we not the rabbit? We
Y'all the favorites on the road.
Right.
in our house.
I don't know what he needs to see.
Uh,
I don't get it.
Oh boy.
We ain't
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah.
be here. Let the national media tell it. We just happy to be here. We ain't supposed to be here. Let national media tell it. So we cool. Like
See, this is what I'm saying. Everybody knows. What are you talking about?
hey, this one gonna feel better than all of them,
I'm
man.
going
This
back
gonna
and
feel
forth.
good, bro.
I love it.
Yep. And space is gonna be
Eli
crazy all
said
week
they the
long.
greatest defense ever.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
what he was
Right.
saying.
Where's Sporting Voice and
Right.
that little cheap ring at?
they getting another one. They getting the ring right here, man. We
Yep.
ain't even get it.
Yeah,
No.
we're not even
Oh,
favored.
see,
It's moving the
see,
other way.
no, bro. I don't get. This is the weirdest fan base of all time, bro. They want to be the man. Then when you get handed the manhood, you want to pass it back to us. What is wrong? What is wrong with you? Where's Sporting Voice? We not bringing Zim back on ever in life. No, we're not. Sorry.
Look, Zim got me blocked, man. So try to hash it out in those spaces. It ain't going down like that. So cool, man. Leave me blocked. It's all
I
good.
am
I'm
so
still gonna get.
confused.
It's like, listen, I'm gonna still find your material, Zim. I'm still on your neck this week. I'm just not gonna really say anything to you. I'm just gonna be taking notes, sitting back, taking notes, not saying much, and then we're gonna wait for y'all to pull up on Sunday.
This is this
Go
is
from there.
this is the funny thing. The roles have been reversed. All these last three times, y'all were looking for respect. Y'all wanted respect. Y'all wanted y'all flowers. Y'all wanted to be talked about. Now you're being talked about. You're getting your flowers. You're getting picked by all the media guys, all the former NFL guys. Pac-Man Jones goes on a horrible podcast every week and picks y'all to win every week. Y'all the man now. Every week. Every week. Oh, we talking about last year. Why are we talking about last year?
Hold on, he said what?
Who? Oh,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't even
we're
want to
not
know.
gonna get into those dudes.
I don't even want to know, man.
See?
Okay.
Oh man.
Hey, you ain't seen that
Anyway,
Saul
man.
meme? He can have my ankle. We ain't worried about that ankle. He be all right. We good come Sunday.
Hmm.
Hey, listen.
I'm
Listen,
I already
tell
got the kitty. I already got the
I'm ready.
kitty files ready to go, man. I'm just ready to
I'm ready.
I'm
unleash them. Get this
Holly.
done.
Get the game
I'm
Sunday, Chuck.
confused, Holly. I'm confused.
Was
How
that
did
Reed?
you want to be the man all year, and then when you get the opportunity to be the man, you want to pass the ball?
Hey, Jesse Bates said no excuses, man. You right, no
No
excuses.
excuses.
No excuse.
Mahomes will be ready.
Right.
We good, man.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I know the other Bengals fans saying like, you're not gonna use that injury excuse Mahomes. I'm like, look, Mahomes played on one ankle against the Bills in the AFC Championship game, and he looked like his normal self, basically.
Yeah,
So
no excuses.
everybody's nicked up around this time of the year. I ain't about to use that no excuse. We're not excuse
Nope.
makers over here, man.
Right. Y'all win the game, I'll be like, hats off to you. Great game. I ain't gonna make no
No, they
excuses
supposed
for
to
it.
win the game.
But y'all
They
ain't
the
gonna win
big
the game.
dog.
But y'all ain't gonna win the game. So
They the big dogs. They supposed to win this game.
they supposed to. And I'm
We the
like,
underdogs. We Rocky, they Apollo Creed. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The champions giving us a shot. They are the AFC champions, right?
yep.
Yeah.
Who are we? We just a, rebuild team, a retool team looking to take a shot at the crown. So it's a ladder match.
Thank
Fitting
y'all
the
for letting us
Royal
play in
Rumbles
this
this
game,
weekend
Bengals
too.
fans. We appreciate y'all letting us be here, Bengals fans. Like we just happy to be here. We just happy to
Now
be
we
here.
making up stuff because ain't
Don't
nobody
worry
said nothing
about
about an
it.
MCL strain.
Oh God.
We
Anyway,
ain't
man.
worried
Oh
about nothing.
boy,
What's up with y'all
Chuck,
offensive line? Is
Chuck,
anybody coming back?
Chuck, take control. The ship has gone
take
Chuck,
off.
control,
you going to
Chuck.
the
The
game
show
Sunday,
has gone
Chuck?
off the
Yeah.
rails.
Yeah. I wanna go ahead and wrap this up, man. It's getting
Wrap it up.
ridiculous.
Wrap it up.
All
We got
right.
another show Thursday. We can talk all about it.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
we can
guy's
talk more about this
Oh, that's
matchup
what
on
we on?
Thursday.
Damn.
Anyway,
Yeah.
all right. So with that being said, shout out to our good people at Homage, man. Today only 20% off of NFL gear. Country, damn, quit messing with the chat, man.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I was just
All
Chad
right.
got
Anyway,
interested. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Chad got a
anyway.
little smoky in there, bro. It was a fire going on. I apologize.
Yeah, 20% off NFL gear today only. So you trying to get some and for all the Chiefs, Bengals, Eagles, and Niners fans that trying to get some more gear before the conference championship games, hit that up, 20% off. And you still got your start collection going on. Look through there. They still may have some things left in there. Um, and that's really all Homage got. It's kind of slowed down a little bit, with the drops and everything, but as you know, they never run out of ideas. So they gonna come up with something new soon. But copy some gear, pay homage, man.
And Maurice,
All right,
thanks for coming
so
on.
I mean, anytime. You already know I rock with Kingdom Cast, man. Anytime y'all need me, I'm in the building.
For
Reese, you
sure,
going to the
bro.
game?
Yeah, I'm gonna be at the game, section
You said you season
128,
ticket
man.
holder.
Huh?
You said you season ticket holder, right?
Yep.
Where you sitting at?
128.
Okay.
Oh, you got some good tickets.
Yeah, okay.
Man, I
You
love it.
still work?
I'm right where the top, the second level come over me. So if it start raining, I'm dry. So like I'm in the perfect place.
Nice.
yep, I was just about to say that. But anyway, man. Oh,
It's
the
gonna
Hawks
be an
coming back.
interesting weekend, man. I can't wait for it, man.
I
It's gonna
can't
be
wait,
great.
man.
Yeah, definitely gonna be great. So with that being said, Reese, thank you for hopping on with us again, man. It's always a good time having you on, man. With that being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share all your social media platforms. But before we get out of here, Reese, where can we find you, man?
I mean, Reese Nichols on everything. Y'all see the name posted. Reese Nichols on Twitter. Reese Nichols on Instagram, Facebook. Well, my Facebook deactivated right now. I needed a break, so I'll be back a little bit later. Y'all know how they go. I needed a break, so. But yeah, Reese Nichols on everything. You can check some of my articles out at Arrowhead Pride, right? So tune in Friday morning. I'll be on 16 radio at 9, so at 9:30. So come holler at me, check me out. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. Kingdom Cash, y'all my people, man.
Appreciate
Hey,
it,
Shout
man.
Yep.
out B-Dub.
thank
D
you.
Dub, that's my guy. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I had a
Yes,
conversation
sir.
with B-Dub this morning. B-Dub hit
Yeah,
me up.
man.
That's my guy. So I
Salute to
guess we
B-Dub,
got a
man.
game to talk about. A couple games. The time for talking is over, man. It's time to prove it now. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into it and we're gonna really discuss this game. We're gonna break it down unbiasedly, I think. No, I'm just using my phone. Homage ain't doing that.
Silly,
Hey man,
man.
y'all can't be insulting the owner's daughter in the chat. Like y'all tripping, bro.
Yeah. But Gracie, she a little cute little snow bunny.
All
But
right.
nah, with that being said,
All
God.
right, bye.
nah.
Yes.
Man,
What
we
was that?
done. Yeah.
Trap,
Yo,
All
you
right.
retract that
You
statement,
God.
guys,
bro.
thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. Take us
We
out, Kylie, please.
Oh, man.
don't forget to like, subscribe on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter. We'll be back on Thursday. We got AFC Championship pregame coming at you. Let's
I can't
go.
believe he said that. Oh
go Chiefs,
God.
fuck the Bengals.
I,
Hey
Shooter,
man,
shooter.
We'll see y'all in
you
the
got a lot of
championship
that.
round. Good night,
Yep.
Holly.
Good night.
Yep. Yep. But also one more thing, man. Shout out to
Oh my.
Oh
KBC Now
God.
News. If not, if you haven't checked it out already, I did a little segment on me. I posted it on Twitter. If you guys want to check that out. They talked about the good luck I brought to the team, but I really don't control the outcome. It's just a thing they wanted to do with me. So, that being said, Kingdom Cast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share on social media platforms. We out of here.